Hello guys, I believe you're doing well, and on this one we will be treating computer file path. Alright, so if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, you should do that for subsequent updates of my video being released so that you get to receive the notification if this resonates with what you like. And then for this particular, we will be looking at what we call computer file path. Computer file path. File path is a unique location of files or photos or system, not even only files or photos. We also have links to web pages on the computer. That's what we call file path. Alright. So this file path can play a role in getting photos uploaded on your web page, getting videos on your web page, getting linking web pages together. So file path plays a crucial role. Now take a look at this simple analogy. Here is a road. Okay, here is a road that moves from A to B. It's just that the road is just crooked. Okay, so what path will take me from destination A to destination B? This will lead us into the two types of file path in the computer system. The first one is the relative file path, and the second one is the absolute file path. So I explain it better here. If I want to get from this point A to this point B, of course I need to take this road like this, right? Take here, this way, come to this side, and lastly I find myself here. So what the relative file path is all about, instead of me getting to move all of these starting from the beginning and end up here, I can actually move from here to this point and from here to this point. I've saved myself some kind of stress. Alright, so it's the same thing when a web developer wants to get his photo or a video uploaded on the web page. You moving easily, there's an easy method which is also called a relative file path for you to navigate that folder or that file to your screen. Okay, I don't know what I say is clear enough. Okay, just take an example. You came to Nigeria and you want to locate your street, the place where you are currently. Before anybody gets to your street, you must first of all be in Nigeria, be in your state, be in the local government, then be in the street where you find yourself. You can see the path I took just to come and meet someone. Alright, so the same analogy applies in computer file path when designing your website. There are unique locations where your files are being located on the computer system. Like I also gave an analogy of this, and I said for you to move from point A to point B here on my screen, normally you should take this way, isn't it? Okay, so but there is a relative way you can do that, getting from here, move from here to this place, then lastly on the way. So most web developers make use of relative file path. But if I need to start from the beginning, from this point A and move to this point B, it's not an absolute file path. Okay, so most web developers make use of relative file path. I don't know if what I just explained is clear enough. If it isn't, I will do that to explain it again. Like I said, just watch the video and take your time, dedicate your time to it, and you'll be fine. So there are two types of file path. The first one is absolute file path, and the second one is relative file path, which I just explained right now. So the file path that is relative to the computer roots, that is relative to the root computer. Okay, the path that is relative to this point here, which makes me move to this side and move to this side, is what we call relative file path. Of course, it's easy to navigate through, isn't it? Just moving to this side, moving to this side. Instead of moving to this place, you stress yourself and come to this point. Okay, you just move straight and you move down here. Alright, although it might be lengthy, but once you take it, you are done. Okay, and you get to this particular destination. So the second type of file path we want to look at is what is the absolute file path. The absolute file path. Okay, the absolute file path is just like saying for me to get to this point B, I have to take this route like this. Just exactly what I explained. I have to take this route like this, take this, take this, take this, come to this side, come to this side, come to this side. Okay. Of course, you can, when you put it together, at the time it takes a person to move to this point and also move to this point, it's relatively shorter than the time it takes someone to move to this point, get to this point, get here, and lastly to this particular point. So that is just the discrepancy between the absolute file path and the relative file path. So most web developers makes use of the relative file path. So and I will explain that better for you. Now let me get back to my drive. I want to get back to my system right now. Okay. Now I want you to take a look at all these things here. Okay. Now, of course, you know it starts on the hard drive. This folder called orange, this image file called orange here. If I were to upload it on my VS Code as a web page, first of all, if I want to locate where it's being stored on my hard drive, remember we're dealing with file, computer file path, location of where files are stored on your hard drive, okay, on your system, okay. So if I were to navigate to where this orange folder, orange file, image file is, I first of all need to go to my hard drive, go to users and select my account, go to desktop, web development folder, web development project, portfolio, before I can navigate through all of this. Can you see that I'm starting from the scratch? Can you see, if you compare it to my analogy that I gave earlier, you'll find that one is lengthy. It's lengthy. Okay, moving from the hard drive to user account to my personal account to my desktop to my web development folder. It seems I should try this thing. You should see. Yeah. Okay. Remember, I first start from the hard drive itself. Then I go to my users, go to my account. It's usually on the desktop, and I'll go to web development folder, and I'll go to web development project. I go to my portfolio and I find the orange there, the orange picture there. Is it clear? So me going through all of these lengthy processes to get to where this file is an absolute file path. Okay, so most web developers don't use absolute file path because number one, it might be quite confusing. Okay, before you can locate where that folder or wherever your file is located. So the easiest way of navigating this through, just create a folder. What I usually do is, since I am working on this, I usually create a folder, alright, inside that particular folder. Okay, this is my index.html. I have a folder called assets, and this asset has two images in it, okay, which is lemon and mango. I also have another folder called Benz and Lexus called cars. It has Benz and Lexus inside it. So in other words, what am I trying to say? You first of all arrange your images like this, depending on the order of the order in which you need it. After you've arranged it like this, it will be very easy for you to play into role, for you to play into action the relative file path method. Alright, so heading straight to the VS Code. Okay, I'm going to share this folder with you from this one here, the portfolio, assets, cars. I'm going to share all of this. I'm going to drop a link, alright, to this particular listen. Then you download it. Okay, download it and make sure it's in your system. Open it and practice what is being said. So let me show you the relative file path, how it works. As a web developer, you'll be definitely making use of the relative file path method. So you don't need to go and stress wherever that picture is in your PC. So just organize everything, put them in a folder. You can put them in a folder, put them in a parent folder or a subfolder. Of course, you know what a parent folder is. A parent folder is this folder here, which is my web. Okay, a parent folder is this folder here, which is my portfolio. Okay, my web development project, and this definitely not useful when it comes to the relative file path. So my main folder, my parent folder, where I can find all of this asset is the